All right. Excellent. So, first of all, I want to welcome everyone, whether you are live or here watching the replay, to this consciousness ascending experience where our single goal is to support you in accelerating your becoming the person you are, free of all of the conflicts to the full free expression of the truth of you in source. And what does that mean? That means being free of the conditioning, free of the programming. So the structure for this interaction is that we will give a discussion for a period of time, and then we will open up to questions or comments that you have that you put in the chat, and we will take some time to discuss those. Um, if you're new, it's your first interaction with us, please feel free to like if you find value in this interaction, comment. Two things about commenting. First, your comments, that which you are inspired to as a result of this interaction, it helps others to become aware of that which they are moved to, first off. Second off, the small action of commenting helps solidify any expansion that you experience as a result inside of yourself. So those are two things, two reasons to for the comments and how they help, how they work, the impact that they have. Um, and also subscribe if you find value. If this is not your first time, we're excited for you. Thank you for being here, participating, whether live or through the replay. Your energies are most welcome, and you are supporting and helping us expand this knowledge, this understanding. Same thing for you. Find value, be sure to like, helps with the expansion and moving this video forward, and also comment. At the end of this presentation, be sure to check the description. In the description, you're going to find two presentations that we created in support of you. First being the greatest misconceptions. There are three greatest misconceptions about the path of growth and expansion that each of you are on. And understanding those misconceptions allows you not to get tripped up, per se. Tripped up by the misunderstanding, tripped up by the misinterpretation of information that you will experience along this path. So check that one out. And the second one is the three attention shifts. There are three attention shifts that you have to make in order to know that you are working at your foundation, at your core, in order to truly affect transformation. If you haven't made these three attention shifts, then you're not moving as fast as you could be. Let's put it that way. So check out those free presentations. Both of them can be found in the description. So our topic for this interaction is mystical presence. The vehicle is not the truth. Let's talk about it. Conscious creators. The vehicle is not the truth. You have to understand it's the body and all that is occurring inside of the body, the activities of the mind, the movement of energies that you call emotion, the consistent offering of feeling. They're not the truth. They're not the truth of you. For they come and go. This is the first thing. They come and go. That at the moment, how you feel. At the moment, the emotions that are sparked inside of you. At the moment, your thought processes, the thoughts that consistently stream through your mind are in reaction to experience. Their reaction to events happening outside of you. And the mere fact that you can observe, the mere fact that you can see these things happening inside of your mind and body alerts you to the fact that it is not you. For at this moment, you are being guided by dominant ideas existing within the mind and body in what you call the unconscious regions or the subconscious regions. All that means is that you're not consciously aware, because the mind is the mind, as you have and that utilize as an individual. And then there is the mind of humanity, all of which is connected, right? But as far as the individual, you have dominant ideas. You have ideas that you have been conditioned to. You have ideas that you have been programmed to that are the guiding force of your attention, of your focus, of the language, how you speak to and about events and things that are happening around you. They are the guiding force to your attention, that which you place your attention on. Do you place your attention and your focus on broken relationships and its potential, or beautiful relationships and its potential? Do you place your attention on an abundance of wealth, or do you place your attention on abundance of lack and scarcity? Do you place your attention on well-being, or do you place your attention on dis-ease? Your programming, your conditioning, the dominant ideas housed now within your mind and body are the guiding force. They dictate that which you place your attention on. That which you place your focus on. They dictate the consistent thought patterns that you can observe within the mind. And these all are faculties. When you include your emotions and your feelings, these are the faculties of the inner creative process that are yielding of your experience. But none of these are you. Because if they were you at your center, at your core, you would not be able to observe them. A thing that is a thing cannot observe itself. Does that make sense? If you use the image of something that has not barriers, but layers, right? You are that which is at the base, at the core. You are the wielder. You are the holder. You are all things. As you move forward into your idea expression that is your body, into the idea expression that is the mind, you can witness them. You can observe the movements and the functions. If you were your ideas, you would not be able to observe them. If you were your thought patterns, you would not be able to observe and be aware of their coming and going. If you were your emotional patterns, the highs and lows, you would not be able to observe their coming and going. They are not you. And why is this important? Well, we're not going to get into the spiritual, the energy side of things that can be explored. That can be another conversation. But the important thing is how this affects you right now on your plane of existence physically. For the goal is for you to understand yourself in source, the truth of you in source now, so that you can live from that place, so that you can create from that place those experiences that you are inspired to create, so that you can build into the life that you are inspired to live, free of the conditioning, the programming born of low vibration that may be resisting or standing as conflict to that which you are inspired to be, do, and have. All that you believe yourself, all that you are identifying with at the moment is not you. Many of you are still being guided or are being guided by ideas that were given to you as children. The bulk of humanity are mature adults in body, but in mind are being operated by conditioning, programming that were passed along to them as a child, ideas that were implied by their parents, ideas that were implied by siblings, family members that they were close to, or they grew up in close proximity with. Ideas about money and finance and abundance, ideas about well being, ideas about relationships, ideas about success and failure and the potential of it, the truth of one or the other for you. All of these things, all of these ideas were sown at a very early age. And if you've never been aware of that, well, then you are still being guided by the same ideas. And maybe you have become aware of this, but you have not the tools to shift and make the necessary changes and transformations. That means that you are still being guided by the same ideas. The interesting thing is that when you look close, when you become adept of the energy of things, the vibration of things, the truth of you in source, and you begin to look close and you begin to look for the source of these ideas, what you may find is that, yes, your parents may have been the holder of these ideas for you and passed these ideas along. And you also may find that their parent may have carried similar ideas and passed them along to your parent. You may not be the first wielder of these ideas. There may be ideas that have been passed along through generations, through lifetimes, or they may be ideas that you are continuing to explore from a previous life. All of these are potentials. All of these are possibilities. But the minute you become aware, you can make the changes. The minute you become aware, you can recreate yourself into that which is more closely aligned with your intentions, with your inspirations, with the life that you are inspired to. But it requires awareness, it requires knowledge and understanding to be gained from a high frequency perspective, and it requires the tools to make the necessary changes. And we're talking about the ideas, the dominant ideas within your mind and body, for these source the thought patterns. These source the consistent offering of energy and emotion. These source the movement of the inner creative process that ultimately is your experience. And another interesting thing when you begin to look closely at the ideas that are guiding you is that if you have siblings, brothers, sisters, you will also become aware that the ideas that have been passed along to you most likely have been passed along to them as well. Now, your experiences may look different, may appear different, but when you look closely, you will find that they are being driven by the same ideas, having been passed along, interpreted possibly slightly different because they are a different being with a different mix of experiences, however, still being guided by the same ideas. If the idea of dis-ease was dominant in your home as you grew up, then your siblings have the same dominant ideas as beliefs, unless they have made significant changes and transformations. They have the same ideas as you when it comes to the possibility and potential of abundance. You can look around and see whether they are in alignment with you as far as their experience and an abundance of wealth, an abundance of resources, or an abundance of lack and scarcity. Their ideas of success and failure, and whether they are worthy of it. All of these different variations, all of the different ideas that can be attributed to specific areas, passed along, passed along. you have been programmed to. When the truth is, there is infinite potential, infinite possibility for that which you can align yourself. When the truth is that the experiences of another being who is human, that is a result of their ideas, similar experiences can be the result of your ideas if you carry the same mental framework coupled with the requisite vibration, the requisite frequency expression. For the belief in abundance expressed in a high frequency yields one type of experience, and the belief in abundance expressed in a low vibrational frequency yields a different type of experience. It depends on the mix. It depends on how your inner creative process is activated. It depends on the dominant ideas, that which you have been conditioned to, or that which you have recreated yourself to. It's critical that you understand this. It's critical that you understand that right now, at this moment, the you that you believe yourself to be is not the true you. The you that you believe yourself now to be is the you that you were conditioned to be, is the you that you were programmed to be. And this is why the unraveling is necessary. The unraveling that releases you, the unraveling that frees you, the unraveling that reveals your true power and potential. Where you can establish the ideas, any idea that you desire to establish. You can establish a level of value, a level of security, any level of value or security that you choose. You can establish an idea of abundance beyond anything anyone you now know can imagine. Once you understand that the mind can be reprogrammed, just as the software of a computer can be reprogrammed. Once you understand that the contents of the mind are malleable, they can be shifted, they can be moved, just as a traumatic event can sow an idea immediately that can exist and last for lifetimes. Some of you are still operating from a traumatic event that may have happened when you were a child. You're still operating based on that idea. Fear of highways, fear of certain types of animals, fear of authority, fear of a potential danger or threat, a looming danger or threat that sabotages your ability to create that business that you desire, that relationship that you desire, and yet you continue to experience its opposite. It's because you're being driven by ideas that yield types of experiences, program, conditions. It's critical that you understand. It's critical that you have this understanding, have this knowledge of the truth of you, so that you can begin to acquire the knowledge and understanding and the ability to make changes and to make the shifts that are required for you to align yourself with your intentions, align yourself with your inspirations that are born of the plan that you set for yourself before you entered into your physical body. It's critical, especially for those of you who are on this path now. If you're open to these transmissions, if you're open to this type understanding that it is time for you to take the reins of power, to remember the truth of who you are in source and begin to live from that place. But that requires that you begin to release. That requires that you begin the process of releasing and transforming the conditions and recreating yourself. But if you're here, it's time. And we are here to support you in that endeavor. These are exciting times. No matter what things look like outside of you, these are exciting times. And you are more powerful and more influential than you realize. Wherever you are, no matter what you do, you are powerful as you walk through the stores. You touch and you influence those that you come in contact with your energies, with your frequencies, with your thought patterns. You touch, you influence, you shift, you change, and your energy expressions are not bound by time and space. You have to understand. You have to begin to realize your true value, your true worth. You have to begin to realize that the truth of you and source does not even consider these ideas. These are human ideas. The truth of you doesn't even consider the idea of value or worth. The flower doesn't consider itself to be valuable. It doesn't need to be worthy of the sun, and neither do you. If you are here, if you have questions, we will take a few moments to address those. If you are capable of or desire to put them in the chat, we will allow for time to do so. If you have any questions, comment, if you're inspired to a new idea that you would like to discuss, anything of that nature, just throw it in the chat and we are available for a few more moments. All right. Awesome. Well, once again, we are thankful for the opportunity to be of support. Thankful for each of you who have shared this moment with us, who have offered their beauty and their love, their energies in this interaction. We're thankful for each of you who have connected with us through the replay. Where your energies are present, your energies are supported, and we are thankful and grateful for you. Again, we love you, thankful for you, we're grateful for you. We are here to support you. We're just excited to be a part of this journey with you at this moment in time on your plane of existence, where things are more beautiful than you realize, and where you are more powerful than you realize. And we are excited to be of support in your remembering. Again, thank you very much, and we will talk to you soon.